Luke, that commercial you did with D. White was hilarious. Can we get the origin story and why are Tommy points important to you?
Well, the real origin, we have like this little organizational thing called like the 3T Awards that kind of recognizes people of good teammates and stuff like that, which Derrick won last year. So I was already prepping a Slander campaign for that. Well, I've been thinking about that for a long time. And then the Tommy Award thing came up in the interview the other day, and I was like, well, I gotta, And Tommy Awards, I think, are important to me because a desperation for individual recognition, which is what it's all about, I think, in the end, right?
Luke, you've a lot of growth this year, a lot more minutes, like the pick and roll with JT, and just in general, like you as a passer, though, like there are a lot of possessions in this game where you're standing at the top of the key, waiting for Peyton to cut, waiting for off-ball screen, stuff like that. Where do you think you've improved most as a playmaker, and how has the impact of like playing with this group helped that?
I think it's something that like I've always, just from like growing up playing the game, that was kind of just like playing very connected and kind of five-guy type stuff. I feel like just like as time's gone on and just understanding guys' strengths better and better just like helps with all that. And then especially the last couple of games playing with like Peyton and Sam and stuff. I mean, even going back to like Maine with Sam, we played that style a ton. And like obviously with our usual group and stuff, the looks get kind of different. But I think just growing in a feel of like what great shots look like for us and always trying to get those things. And just trying to, especially with, like the usual group and starters and stuff, I feel like there's a lot of attention that they draw and a lot that you can kind of leverage of playing off of that. And I feel like we've got a smart group that, of like complementary players that are always like finding the right spots and stuff. So frankly, I feel like it makes it pretty easy on me, but on, JT, JB, Derrick, like everyone just kind of is pretty connected mentally in terms of just like finding that spot and finding that read and just playing from there. And it's hopefully something that we can just continue to do and continue to grow in.
Luke, that appeared to be a very physical game. I'm wondering how you felt like you fared in that, and then just more broadly, as you've been focusing your attention like closer and closer to the rim, how you fared with increased physicality as part of your day-to-day life.
It definitely was obviously like Nurkic and Diabate and Gibson and stuff, and just having a lot of guys that were just crashing and stuff like that where rebounding was really important. I feel like, games just kind of come and go of different styles of play, and it's something you just kind of have to accept and embrace to be able to continue to compete and just continue to try to win games. And I feel like, just like embracing that side of the game and knowing that it's an aspect that's important. I feel like especially our guys in the last couple minutes made some great plays in terms of getting some rebounds or making plays around the rim defensively, and I think that was what kind of helped us be able to get that win. But it's just an important element that you need to be able to compete, and especially as we get to the playoffs, that just kind of ramps up even more.
Luke, you attempted a three today, which is not common as it used to be. When you first got to Boston, that Oklahoma City game, you hit a couple to save the Celtics. Like, what's gone in? Can you still shoot threes? Do you have the ability? And when you shoot threes and you haven't shot for a long time, do you looking like, wow, that's a long shot? Like, what's the mentality like when you shoot a three when you haven't shot one for a while?
It is kind of just feels a little different. Obviously, it's something I did a lot of, but I feel like just as going in my career, I feel like just finding the spots where you can really best help the team and best succeed and really just optimize whatever that looks like. And it's fun to still shoot one here occasionally, and that's what it's just kind of doing what the game calls for, and it's kind of that same thing of just whatever's going to help the team win the game is what you want to do. And obviously there's a lot more possessions, and offensively are a lot different looks than what we're kind of used to in terms of generating offense. So just a position to be in. Obviously I have changed my game and adjusted that, but all of it's about just trying to find out what works best for our team and to serve that role.
Luke, tonight's game was largely won by guys who haven't played a lot this season down the stretch. And you've had moments in your career where you've played a lot less. This year, you've been pretty consistent in the rotation. But do you remember when you were 8 games DNP, like what that was like, and when you're actually sitting on the sideline, like how do you kind of get through those games? What are you thinking about? What's your kind of focus to be the best teammate you can be? That is kind of the message for those guys now too.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I was in that position more so, like, and to me, it always kind of went from a part of like you enjoy playing basketball, so then with the opportunities that you have to play, like making the most of that, which games like now are like part of that, but then also just 3-on-3 in the random times before the game or practice or shoot around and all that is. But and then also I feel like honestly a lot of it's just like you want to like enjoy your time and have a good time and connect with guys and enjoy playing basketball. And I think there's just a lot of peace to come in life of like accepting the position that you're in and then just doing the best with that versus trying to like fight it and want to be in a different one. That like, yeah, you can spend a lot of time worrying about things that you can't really control, but then when you just like take the opportunity that you have and do the best with that, then you can have days like today where a lot of guys came in and be able to contribute, and you can have peace about knowing that you did your job well, just as you did the day before and the day after, and it might just look a different way every time. So, I feel like that's kind of just what I've been taught kind of through my life, and I feel like it's kind of the only thing that you can actually attitude you can have that you can actually do something with versus trying to control things that are outside of what you can.
Do you ever share that wisdom with the younger guys, or is that just something that's kind of unstated?
Like a year or two ago, I remember Craig might have brought me in or something, and as Sam can tell you, I can ramble if allowed to. So I have, probably much to the chagrin of people in the room, and then I realized like this is probably not good for anybody as much as I just like to lecture and I have a running stream of conscious in my head that doesn't need to get out there. So yeah, whatever that's worth. Yeah.
Thanks.